Alrighty then, take 27. This is Vicky, me love Bono. This is my entry to Vanessa, who is Butterfly Love 77. No, that is wrong. 77 Butterfly Love. Her name will be here on the screen. Okay, you know why I'm talking like that is I've tried to film this video like 3 or 4 times. So if I repeat myself, that's why. Oh, guys, this is a little bit of an emotional video for me, but more on that in a moment. Okay, this is my submission, Vanessa, for your challenge. Let me back up right now so I can tell everybody what I'm doing. Vanessa is having a challenge because she just hit 500 subscribers on her channel. If you've not been over to visit Vanessa, why not take this time to go give her a look-see? She has great videos. They're down to earth. She's very real. And Vanessa is also selling scrapbook supplies at a very good rate. I've bought a little something from her, and the shipping was crazy fast. Once again, that's 77 Butterfly Love. Now, here is a little bit of information about the challenge. You can do a card or you can do a layout. It doesn't matter what size the layout is. It doesn't matter what size the card is. But here's what you've got to do on that card or layout. You must have stamped alphabets. Boom, boom. You must have thickers. Boom and a boom. And you have to have 3 butterflies on your layout. Exactly 3, not 6, not 10. 3, I said. And what else? Oh, chevron. And there's the chevron. Put your layout or put your card together and get over there. She's got a nice prize package. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the other products that I used on my layout. The craft cardstock is by Whirlwind. The pattern paper is all from Echo Park Eclectic Collection. Oh, let's see. My word bubble is from Letty. Hi, Letty. I miss you since you've went back to work. I say quit that job. Just go in there tomorrow and tell them you cannot work anymore. You've got to stay home and scrap and do YouTube videos. You'll be okay and they'll understand. Anyway, I'm just teasing. Don't do that, Letty. Not on my advice. Only do it if you want to. Letty is Miss Chica's One. And she sent me a rack a few weeks ago, and it certainly brightened my day. And this little word bubble was in there. Actually, quite a few of them. This little bread is from Studio G, Walmart. This is Thickers. This is Thickers. Now, one of them is called Remarks, and the other is called Giggles. But I forget which is which. This Alpha Sticky, these and these are all from the Happy Days collection by Echo Park. This little pinwheel is from On the Sunny Side Bread collection from My Mind's Eye. The buttons here are wood and they are from Prima. I used Stepping Stones by Studio Calico stamps to do this. The wood veneer, boom, this, that, and those are all from Diana, the wood veneer lady on Facebook. I forget who did this little garland right here. This is stamped out using Quinn's Alphabet by Lon Fawn, one of my favorite alpha stamps. And gosh, guys, I think that about explains everything, right? It sure does. You'll see I went around the pattern paper and the photos with my black Sharpie marker. Then the pictures I altered them with Picasso or Picasa and a sepia tone. I had two of these printed out on one 4x6 format at Walgreens.com. Oh, see this? That is a rub-on, and I'll zoom in a moment. It is from Fancy Pants Designs, and I picked those rub-ons up at scrapbook.com, and I wished I wouldn't have put it on there. It looks like it was oily or something, or it like leaked. It looks like baby poo, and I didn't wipe it off, but I'll never do that again. But what can you do? Once a rub-on is on there, it's on there. Let me zoom in. The pictures are of my son. They were taken this summer. I painted the little two men people shapes using those Art Deco paint pens. I was surprised they worked because I've probably had them for 5 or 6 years. There's my chevron. There's my thickers. There's my butterflies. And this layout is probably should have been a personal thing. But if you watch my videos, you guys know the past couple of months I've said I'm just not myself. I've been in a blues type of mood, and I was a little sad because my grandson started kindergarten this year, and I've always had him at least 2 days a week since he's been born. Me and the other grandma watched him, while mom and dad worked. And we were very happy to do that. And we got to spend valuable time with him. There's a t-shirt out there that says I should have had my grandkids first. And I tell you what, there's truth to that statement. I guess because the pressure's not on. I don't have to worry about his schooling. I don't have to provide a living for him. I don't have to teach manners. I don't have to do it's satisfying but grueling work that parents do. I've just kind of got to sit back and enjoy the ride and be mama. And so I'm going to really miss him, but I'm okay. And hey, for all you gals who emailed and private messaged me to see how he did at kindergarten, he did wonderfully. He's going to do fine. And you know what? I have some free time on my hands, and I'm going to tell you something. It's not half bad. I'm adapting quickly. So, another thing that's been going on. My son is dating a new young lady. Well, I'm going to use the word lady loosely. I am not crazy about her. We got off on the wrong foot. There are some things that she said and that she did that I didn't care for. And you know what? It's not even all her fault. It's also my son's fault because I think he went about some things in a wrong way. So I respect that he is a grown man. But listen, whether he lives under this roof or he lives in Milwaukee, Maine, he's still my son. And I'm going to have my opinion. And I know you guys aren't going to believe this when I say it, but if I have an opinion, somebody is probably going to hear it. And if I have an opinion, or if I don't care for someone, and I don't like to dislike anyone, but if I don't like someone, oh, you can tell. Even when the more I tried to hide it, the more he can tell. So, my son and I are not seeing eye to eye right now on his dating this woman. And this layout is about that, not getting a long time. I'm not really feeling the whole scrapbook thing because I kind of got the blues. I'm not myself. I've had to do layouts that I'm passionate about. It's almost like I'm putting my energy on that layout. I can't just do any layout. If I pull a picture that doesn't mean much, I just kind of sit there and look at it, and I don't know what to use with it. So it's almost like I'm doing art journaling on my layouts. Like I'm doing things that get my emotions flowing. You know what I mean? So anyway, I had these pictures of my son in my stack from Walgreens, and this came to mind, and I thought, well, that's not a very proper layout to do on YouTube. Maybe that's one I should just do and stick in the album. And I was like, no, because it's not like this is the worst thing that's ever going to happen to anyone. It's not like I'm the only person that has ever had a disagreement with their son or their kid. So anyway, the layout says, like you haven't read it already, oh my goodness, or OMG, who are you and what have you done with my little boy? Bring him back right now. And that pretty much sums up the past few months in my life. I have to tell you a kind of a funny story. Maybe it's funny. It wasn't funny at the time, but I'm sure there's mothers out there who will understand what I'm talking about. Years ago, my son was right around 16 years old. He was just starting to drive. He had his driver's license for maybe 2 or 3 months. He was in student council at the time, and they were having this huge seminar at a college about 7 hours from home. He wanted to pack a bunch of kids into his car and drive for 7 hours to this destination in Upper Ohio when he had only been driving for a couple of months. And listen to this, he had a Camaro. Yeah. What was somebody feeding me drugs? Because why did we ever buy a Camaro for a 16-year-old boy? And it was a cool Camaro. It was like a 1986, but we got it for a good deal. Now keep in mind, my son's 29, so this is like 13 plus years ago, right? But we were going to let him pack all these kids into his car and drive for 7 hours? Oh, I don't think so. So when we said, no, you can't drive that, but we will drive you. We'll take you up there, and we'll drive your friends. My son proceeded to get very upset and mad and tell me that I was ruining his life. I'll never forget this altercation. That's what we'll call it, an altercation that we had, because a couple of family members and friends happened to be there on that day, and we still have to laugh about this. Now, in the moment, he and I were both very heated, and none of this was said to be funny, but now looking back on it, we do laugh. When he said, "You are ruining my life. That is all you do," I was so mad. I said, "Oh my gosh, you have finally figured it out. It took you 16 years, but you finally figured out that my goal in my life is to totally destroy your life. You're right." Let's get one out. You're right, buddy. That has been my goal since the day I laid eyes on you at the hospital. I looked at your little body and your little face, and I said, I can't wait to screw his entire life up. Yeah. And that's just about how it was said. Well, needless to say, at that moment, we did not think it was funny. We didn't talk for 2 days. And you know what, though? We found somebody else to take the drive to this college and drop the kids off, and then me and my hubby went 8 hours up and 8 hours back to pick up the kids and bring them home. But, of course, I'm here to destroy his life. Anyway, sorry for that long story. Hope it helps somebody. I don't know how it would help because it's not solved yet. We're still a bit at odds. I don't know. Why do our kids, do they realize of everyone in their lives, our intentions are good? We may not always do the right thing. And I realize that. And listen, believe me, I don't think I am the perfect mommy. I am by no means Carol Brady, but I try. And the one thing that the kids should know is, at the end of the day, anything I do is out of my love for them and my wanting to protect them. But I also know sometimes we've got to let them make their own mistakes. Anyway, one thing that's not a mistake, this was a great challenge. Oh, Vanessa, I'm sorry I put a black cloud over the top of your challenge, but I'm pretty sure that this will be a very unique video, and nobody else has aired their dirty laundry when sharing their layout for your challenge. I also wish luck to all the other people who play along in this challenge. Vanessa, honey, you do a great video. Here's to 500 more subscribers. Congratulations. Thanks everybody for listening. Bye-bye.